You would not think that she was Latina because of her last name, but she's Latina. And you're going to find out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my dear friend, Carla Phoenixville.
What up, y'all? I'm not, thank you, one person who cared. Wow, I'm not sure what was harder to follow, the addiction and homelessness, or Cisco's jokes. What's going on, everybody? Cisco lost 125 pounds. That's kind of a lot, right? Like Cisco at some point, it's like a whole person, like a whole Cisco. He was like a Cisco wide and a Cisco tall. I know some of you guys are impressed, but that is not impressive. Guys, I just lost 350 pounds.
Hi, girl!
That's what I'm talking about, right? 350 pounds. That's deep, that's hard. Chill. Very calm. It's because I'm getting divorced. It was time to cut the fat. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been divorced, if any of you guys have been in a bad relationship. Sir, you think you were in a bad relationship? Let me tell you why you weren't. I know you think you were, but you weren't. I'm not even going to let you answer because I know that you weren't. I know you think you were. I know you guys think you were too, but you weren't. You know how I know that you guys weren't and I was? Halfway through your relationship, did you start questioning your sexuality? No, you didn't, sir. I know you didn't. I know you didn't look at that bad woman up and down and go, I think I'd like some dick. You didn't. Exactly. I got halfway through my marriage and I was like, I think I'm a lesbian. That's when you know it's bad, right? I'd signed the 13th set of divorce papers and I was 97% of the way to lesbian, and that's pretty far in, guys. That's commitment. Yeah, that's commitment. I'd already filled out all my lesbian paperwork. I'd already shaped my bush into that plaid pattern that they like. I'd signed up to pick up my Subaru. And I've been assigned somebody to help me through the process, a lesbian. And then, it was sad, but it was okay. It was okay. I felt like it was a mutual breakup. I felt like we parted ways amicably, right? With some things on their end, some on my end. Like number one, I don't play softball. You already know. I'd never make new lesbian friends. I'd be wild and unpopular. Number two, I found out very early on in the process, my legs, too fat to scissor. That was almost an automatic disqualification, so. I had to write a letter to Ellen DeGeneres to let me back in. She said it was okay. And then the last one was cultural. Yeah. I know Cisco already outed me. I am a Latina, guys. Mostly white audience, and Teddy and Cisco. It's true. I am.
They're not gonna know.
I'm actually Colombian, guys. Wow, really? Guys? Really, Phoenixville? Calm down. Calm down. We don't need to build a wall around me. It's okay. It's okay. They let us in the country now. Surprise. We have to swim here. But once we dry off, they let us stay. It's fine. Calm down. It's okay. So I'm guessing from the gasp, you guys don't have many Colombian friends, so let me help you out. Here's the problem. In every good Colombian family, we are allowed just one. Priest, lesbian, gay guy, and whore. Just one per family, only one. Yeah, the rules are very strict, yes. And my sister is already a lesbian. Coincidentally, she's also the whore. She multitasks. But yeah, she's a lesbian, so she beat me to the punch. Or the puss. It depends how you look at it. But the point is, she gets to be the lesbian, not me. So, yeah, I didn't make the cut. But she really is a lesbian. Do we have any lesbians in the house? Excellent, let's talk about them. My sister really is a lesbian, true story. She married her lovely partner 6 years ago. Now they're officially husband and wife. Yes. was very nice. I actually went to her house for dinner the other day. I walked into her living room and she was hysterically crying. So I was like, I'm super empathetic, you guys can tell, right? So I was like, what's wrong, lesbian sister? And she was like, we can't get pregnant. Because, like, that's what lesbians sound like, right? Like, I don't know if, like, Vagisil is hard on the vocal cords or what the problem is. But that's definitely what they sound like, right? I'm not wrong about that. And my heart broke for her in that moment. It did, because I already knew they weren't going to get pregnant. I knew that. Because I took AP Bio in high school. And I got an A, and I knew that neither one of them had sperm. I knew that. Because it was a question on the final. So I had to let her know, right? I couldn't let her sit there and suffer. I was like, I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you guys are not going to get pregnant. That is not how this works. You guys are missing a key part of the baby-making equation. Neither one of you guys have sperm, right? You guys have kids? No, you have kids, So you need some sperm. You need some. Like, you don't need a lot. But you need a little, right? Like a handful or like a mouthful. But you can't have none, is my point. And she looked me right in my eyes and she said, we have sperm. It's in the freezer. And I was like, oh shit. I really wish you would let me know that before I made these banana daiquiris. It's okay, miss, with the headband. They didn't recognize the taste. Don't be appalled. It's okay. They didn't recognize the taste. Dinner proceeded without incident. Listen, like a couple of people said the banana daiquiris were a little bleachy, but it was okay. Like they didn't know. I'm sorry, gentlemen, did you not know? Surprise. Also, your balls smell like tortillas. Ask your wife. They won't make eye contact for a full 5 minutes now, but when you ask them at 6 minutes 6, they will make eye contact with you and let you know your balls smell like tortillas. That is a fact. That's just a fact. I'm just here letting you guys know. It's fine. It's fine. Did you guys know the lesbians wanted to have children? I didn't know that either. It's one of the main reasons why I applied. I don't like the children. You like your kids? You like them now? Yeah? How old are they? You didn't kill them? You tried to kill them. You wanted to kill them. Yeah, that's not like a really big endorsement from motherhood. I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them. Like, no, none of that shit. I thought the whole point of being a lesbian is you could bang whenever you want and not have to worry about getting pregnant. But apparently there's more to it than that. Because I don't like kids. I don't like any of it. I don't like the babies, the toddlers, like the pupa, the larva, whatever it is they evolve into before they become like those teenagers. I don't like any of that shit. None of it. And I have 2 at home, so it makes things very awkward. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't know if like I got a bad batch or like what. Like, I don't know if like the sperm I used was expired or what the problem was. But mine are mean. Mine are mean. Does anybody have this? Like, seems to be like an epidemic of mean children right now. Does anybody else have this happening in their home? Are those moms of girls clapping right now? Yeah, amen, right? Check on your friends who are moms of girls. We're not okay. These girls are not okay. Listen. I have 2 girls, guys. I have 2 girls, and I know I'm part of the problem. I'm part of the problem. I didn't have the best childbearing timing. What do they tell you? Have them 2 years apart for optimal development? I guess. 12? Nice. I did something similar, right? Like, I didn't do exactly the 2 years. Guys, I have a 6-year-old and a 19-year-old. All right, I was a young whore. We don't have to huff and puff about it. I don't need the rules. But these girls are rough, right? Nobody warns you about girls. You tell people you're having a girl, they picture, like, bows and pigtails. No. Girls are evil right out of the box. And I mean that both figuratively and literally, because they destroy everything on the way out. Like, the whole area is a construction zone. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's like, when the parachute explodes out of the backpack, and then you gotta try to pack it back in, but it doesn't fit back in, so you just zip it and hope that nobody notices. You just stuff it in. Like when you pull the like fitted sheet out of the dryer and you try to fold it like it was in the box, but it doesn't work, right? So you just ball it up and you kick it into the closet and you hope no one looks in there and nobody will notice. Ladies, they notice. They notice. It's not the same. They're not gonna, now the men won't make eye contact. It's not the same. They're looking over, they're like, no, it's perfect. It's tiny and perfect and just the way it was when I first met you. Don't look at me. It's not the same is all I'm saying. And listen, after all the death and destruction that they impart on your Hello Kitty, they have the audacity to come out looking like their dad and with a shitty attitude. That's a lie. Listen, my 6-year-old's only this big. She's a tiny little thing. And I understand she's right at fupa height, and that's all she sees. But I don't need the running commentary on my body that she gives me. It's not necessary. It's not nice, right? Like, she'll kick me in the door while I'm taking a shower. She's like, what's that? What are those? Why are they down there? Ew. It's not nice. I know, right? They give you the ew. They give you the ew. It's not. And my daughter's great at this, right? She's so good at it. Like, she'll just keep giving you insults and you don't even see them coming. So you're like shocked. You just like let her go, right? Have you ever been insulted by a child? It's terrible. It's terrible, right? Right? It's awful. You're a beautiful woman, right? So if a woman walked past you and said you were ugly, you'd be like, cross-eyed bitch. You don't even know who you're looking at. It doesn't even matter, right? You wouldn't even think about it twice. Or if a man was like, you're ugly, you'd be like, because I wouldn't bang you, go fuck yourself. You would sleep like a baby that night, right? But if a kid tells you you're ugly, you're just ugly. That's it, right? You gotta roll with it, right? Because like they don't know that you didn't know. Right? There's no malice in what they're saying is what I'm telling you. Like, kids are great. Like, they'll just high-five you and be like, what's up, ugly? And they go back to playing Roblox. Or they'll walk past you and be like, why are you ugly? And then do a cartwheel. Like, they don't even know that they're being offensive. It's great. And like I said, my daughter's so good at this. She's so good. Like, you don't even see it coming. You don't see it coming. You're just living your life. Like, I'll tell you the worst time it happened to me. The worst. It's burned into my brain. I can tell you exactly when it was. 243 days ago. I can tell you the exact time. 5:41 p.m. It was the end of the workday. My shoulders were relaxed, my defenses were down. I wasn't expecting to be verbally assaulted by a tiny terrorist as I walked into my home, but that's what happened, guys, that's what happened. And I'll be really honest with you guys, because I feel like we bonded. I was the first one to offend. I started with her, because I made the grave error of brushing against her. Ever so gently as we walked through the door, I did that. She flipped out. She was like, Mom, you're touching me. Mom, you touched me. Mom, you're touching me. Aren't you supposed to be skinny? I was like, listen, little girl, don't come at me with your 6-year-old metabolism talking shit. You can't even read. And in that moment, I thought I won. But she looked up at me and she said, yeah, but I know my shapes. And you're turning into a circle. And listen, I didn't punch her in the face, okay? I didn't punch her in the face, right? Because we don't punch the children in the face anymore, right? It's out of style. We don't do that. We don't do it anymore. That's very 1994. We stopped punching the children in the face, right? It's 2024 now. We practice the peaceful parenting. You do the peaceful parenting? No, you don't do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You'll go to prison. Don't punch the children. Don't punch them. You can't punch them. Listen, they don't even let you take them home unless you sign papers that say you won't shake them to death. It's true. Yeah, right? They don't let you take them home. You can't punch them in the face. You gotta practice the peaceful parenting. Anybody do the peaceful parenting? No, yeah, I didn't know how to do it either. Like I said, I'm a child of immigrants. I didn't grow up with the peaceful parenting. My parents chose violent parenting. I don't know if you guys grew up with that. They chose violent parenting, and they chose it at every opportunity. They really delighted in the violent parenting. Like if I would have called my mom fat, she would have kicked me into next week. And all of her mom friends would have been like, high five, mom of the year, she won't make that mistake. Yeah, but we can't do that now, guys. And if you don't know the peaceful parenting, here's what you do. You gotta go to a family behavioral therapist. Do we have any of those in the house? Excellent, let's talk about these bitches. Holy shit. I walked into this office, this woman was all of 23 years old. Her parents hadn't finished peacefully parenting this chick. I don't think she'd ever even seen a child, much less parenting one. And I walked in and she looked at me and said, Carla, you have to validate your children's feelings. You have to validate their emotions. You have to validate everything they say to you. And I was like, yeah, cool, listen. My little Juliana cried this morning for 2 straight hours. Yeah. Because I could not put the orange juice back into the orange. How do I validate that? And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and she looked at me and said, that'll be a $75 copay. Guys, I didn't feel very validated at all. What actually helped me, I made it up myself, this chick didn't help me, but I'll share it with you guys. Here for free. I didn't trademark it or anything. Guys, it's the Carla Okerson Peaceful Parenting Calendar. And it's so easy, you don't have to be super organized or detail-oriented to use it. For me, it was super easy. I only needed to keep track of one date. And that's the date my 6-year-old turns 18. Yeah. because we're going to celebrate birthdays a little differently in the Overson household on that day. I'm going to jump into bed with her in the morning and be like, good morning, sunshine. Guess what's that now? It's about to be your lip because CPS isn't coming today. So square up and get outside because we got 12 years of shit to discuss. Let's go. It's rough. Guys, I'm going to get out of here, but I want to tell you one more thing because I just realized I did tell you guys I have the 2 children, but I only told you why I dislike the one. And I don't want you guys to think I'm the type of mom that prefers one over the other. That is not the case. My older daughter sucks as well. She does. Sucks. She's 19 years old. She's a teenager. She's very mean and nasty and surly. People keep telling me it's the hormones, but it's been years at this point. I'm pretty sure this is just her personality. That's what we're stuck with. Like, she'll try to be nice to me for a second, but it immediately falls off. Like, I walked into my house the other day, she looked at me up and down, and she said, Mom, I love you. And I was immediately suspicious because she doesn't talk to me like that. So I was like, yeah? She goes, yeah, Mom, I love you. And I don't want you to die alone. So get on Tinder because you're running out of time. So I did it because she's not entirely wrong, right? But like, here's the problem. I don't know if you guys have ever like involved a teenager or a young adult in a project. They immediately try to take it over because they think they know better, right? So same thing now. No sooner do I walk into my house than she snatched the phone out of my hand and started swiping left and right for me. The first time she did it, I panicked. I screamed at her. I was like, Isabella, what the fuck are you doing? She said, Mom, settle down. I'm going to find us a bigger house. I was like, all right, I'm listening. She said, Mom, watch. Broke. Bigger house, pool. Pedophile. I was like, oh my God, Isabella, you are so good at this. Hang on a second, Mommy's an idea person. So now every night I am elbow deep in algebra, and my little sunshine is trolling the internet looking for rich dick for money. And guys, it's working out so well because I'm holding it down for her. She is getting straight A's. And I'm swimming in rich D's. It's fantastic. Thank you guys very much. I'm Carla Phoenixville. Keep it